It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between NFC East rivals.
It's the Cowboys and the Eagles on Monday Night Prime Time.
Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And here we go on Monday Night Football. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his team.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Wow, that was fast. Might be time to take a step back, and we just started this game. Maybe take a couple of deep breaths. Very first snap, and he nearly gave it away. That could have mentally taken them out of this game.
Yeah, for the player, a little bit easier to respond. For the coaches on the sidelines, that drop.
It is caught at the 20. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a 6-0 lead right away. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. So now the Cowboys getting an opportunity to send their offense out for the first time. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play. A couple of interceptions. He's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 39. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun is Prescott. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
1st down, here's Dak. Throw secured by George Pickett. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Off the play fake, it's Prescott. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. Dak throwing again. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with a pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First down throwing for Hurts. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. All right, Cowboys showing nickel set. 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions you get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. He takes this in on his side of midfield, and he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a 64-yard punt officially, and the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. They're set up at the 35 now. 1st and 10, Prescott. Throw complete to Lamb. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Zach Bond with the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Dak now from the gun. Defender gets a piece, but it's still caught. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
On 4th down, Prescott's a throw. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. Dak to the air here. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing again is Dak. It's taken in by Lamb. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the first. Third and a lone yard coming up. So the officials are officially on board tonight. For the first time a flag flies, somebody moved early. So third down becomes much tougher for him as 3rd and 1 becomes 3rd and a much more difficult 6. The penalty makes this a 3rd and 6. Another throw for Prescott. Completed to his running back. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Throwing on first is Prescott. The throw is caught. And in for the Dallas touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys tie this game 7-7. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Hurts looking to throw. He's got Smith. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brought down by Deron Bland. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They start with 2nd and 6. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Barkley trying this up the gut. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Gets his tight end on the corner route. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. They're both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope you have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They send the tight end in motion. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got it! Touchdown, Philadelphia! So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Cowboys offense headed out there. And it's an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. It's Pickens on the slant. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They go with Williams on a counter. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1. Another run for Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Cowboys punting it away here on 4th, and it's the long-time vet Brian Anger on now. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Eagles will take possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Only 2 yards on the run, and they're left with 3rd and 11. Throwing from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And they're going to take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
1st down, here's Dak. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Dak. Ferguson there to bring it in. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Bryce Huff in on the tackle. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Running right, it's Williams. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did. You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You know, Kate, there was a time when you and I were growing up watching football where a 50-yard kick was impressive. But these kickers of today, they just keep pushing that boundary and showing off incredible leg strength.
He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Handoff headed right, Barkley. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Give him 9 yards, he almost moved the chains there. It's gonna be 2nd and 1. They go to Barkley again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. It's the Eagles, looking at 2nd and 1. From the 46. Has him on the quick hitter. And he goes out a little short of the 40. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He'll get this one to Brown. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Kalen Carson with the tackle. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Hurts now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles grow their lead just before halftime. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Cowboys taking over on offense. Not much time left before halftime. They could use something to trim that deficit, and enough time left to maybe get this near field goal range. That throw finds Pickens. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 1st and 10, Prescott. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Dak. It's caught. Ferguson. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Zach Bond with the tackle. Prescott now on third down. And down he goes. The Eagles got him. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Went for 48 with his first kick, and this one looks even better. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Yep, as expected. They go to the ground to start this one off. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Play stopped by Damone Clark. Give him a couple on the play, but no matter. We've reached the end of our first half. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there.
The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Turpin with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes the Cowboy offense for the opening possession of the third. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Prescott here from the gun. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 29. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Dak now from the gun. Flush down now to... And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Dallas sends its punching unit onto the field. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. Man, it'll be their football. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They give to Barkley, left side. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing here, Hurts. This finds Smith. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles push their lead to 18. Elliott all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again is Dak. Has it downfield, working the left. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. They get 28 out of that play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10 from the 41. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. George Pickens, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Another throw for Prescott. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is...
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And the Eagles get to it. And he will take it back for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap, and that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I could hear it in your voice. I think you saw it coming. I saw it coming. I think even the crowd saw it coming.
Yep.
But that quarterback did not see that blitz coming, and boy, did it pay dividends.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles grow their lead yet again. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Completed here to Pickens. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
And down he goes. The Eagles got him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
There is no question this defense has risen to the occasion of prime time tonight. There's also no question that this is a window into the kind of beating quarterbacks can take when you can't protect him. He's going to have to...
Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league.
Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
On first down, Hurts. Vacates quickly left side. He's going to keep it this time. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Donovan Wilson getting there for the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And down he goes. The Cowboy defense gets it done. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs,
and they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
well, we call that protection lookout. Like the O-line yelling back at the quarterback, look out! Because they have no answer right now with back-to-back sacks by the defense. They've got this crew offensively guessing.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Has it at the 37. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Throwing on first is Prescott. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. So 2nd down coming up. Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And this run's limited to a minimal gain up to about the 44. Drive in dire straits, it's 3rd and 9. To throw, Prescott. He's going to push one deep down the right. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. The intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. So that brings up 4th and long. Punt team on the field. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. First down, a run with Barkley. And that was an incredible effort just to make it back to the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts. Has a man, it's Brown. And that will not be enough for a first down. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Hurts to throw. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He's got Smith. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Hurts throwing again. Able to find Dotson here. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Only one quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the third. It's Eagles ball, and this one looks like it may already be out of reach. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. They'll motion a tight end left. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he works this to the 38 before going down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Option play, they give it to Barkley. Making defenders pay for trying to tackle him. And this is run down into the red zone at the 19. Now a pause to attend to an injured player, and this is a worrying sight. It is Saquon Barkley who was hurt on the play. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll try it right with Brown. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He brings it in. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
It's a Philadelphia touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles continue piling onto this lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
From the gun is Prescott. Ferguson there to bring it in. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now Prescott. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he's going to be at midfield now as he gets out of bounds.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Throw complete to Lamb. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Dak throwing again. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. This ball's cut by Pickens. And he's tackled for a short gain. Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this 3rd down. Dak now from the gun. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Buys time, rolling right. And they take him down right along the 30. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and pull off the conversion. 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Prescott. Lamb's got it on the sideline. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. 2nd and 3 now. From the 24. Finds his back complete. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Prescott to throw. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Going for it, it's Williams. And an opening doesn't materialize. He's cut near the line of scrimmage. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
Man, what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a 4th down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across, but there was no overcoming a front just as equally motivated to get off the field.
The Eagles and receiver Devontae Smith returning to the field. They're already on a modest little winning streak here, currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards there, partner, a strong gain, and now a much more manageable 3rd and 4. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles on their way to their 3rd win of the year. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Hurts now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he works it deeper into enemy territory past the 40. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.